Space, the final frontier. Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. Yeah, slightly wrong when we're talking about World War II. Okay, more than slightly wrong, very wrong. Space was not anything to do with World War II. No, today, we're not talking about Star Trek. Incredibly, we're talking about warships. And this has been on my mind lately. My own video, The Last Gunfight, Sinking of the Haguro. Or, correctly, The Sinking of the Haguro. You know, to this day it still amazes me that I was able to make this. That I somehow found the time to make it. Made the time, more like. You see, yeah, it says published on the 15th of May. Should have said 16th. I think I'd actually uploaded it and made it unlisted and then made it public, and therefore whatever. This video I consider to be a work of art. I wouldn't call it a Picasso kind of work of art, more like this is the work of art created by an amateur who took the tools they were given, that they had, took the skills they had, and applied them to the best of their ability and made something that they could consider a masterpiece. Now, sure, I may be a little biased, but even I've been able to accept some of the flaws. I didn't do as much research as I should have done, but I still researched the shit out of it, and I learnt some stuff. Like, at some point, I read that the bridge of HMS Samaras had been hit. But that apparently didn't happen, and it was just my imagination or something. I don't know what happened. This video has made a little under 28,500 views in the 15th of May, it's 17 months, close to 18 months, a year and a half that it's been uploaded since I made it. It's not quite what I'd like it to be, but you know, it's getting out there, it's growing. And I'm proud of it. You know, yeah, I said, it has its flaws. Some avoidable spelling mistakes, using too many planes in that one scene. And then the plenty of unavoidable mistakes that I just couldn't fix due to being inbuilt in the engine, or just didn't have the time. I still think that I did something great. And it's still got to get its way out there. It's still got to reach somebody who will give it some more attention, and it will elevate it to something much greater. And maybe one day when I have the skills, when I have the technology, I can remake it and actually do a damn good job out of it, and turn it from a pseudo masterpiece, something that other people may consider very good work but not Picasso, to damn, this is Picasso. Of course, that's in the future when I have the money. But it's still got out there enough for me to get some great stuff out of it. 3 months ago. Was it 3 months? Yes, it was 3 months. This man, Rich Astle or something, he managed to watch this video. And he happens to own parts of this very ship. Specifically, a porthole and some other stuff from other Japanese ships. And you know, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. There's people just came into the house. Nothing malicious, landlady. Yeah, you know, this guy got in contact with me, and he there was a bit of miscommunication at first. He took my @mail.com and thought I misspelled Gmail. But yeah, after that, I got some great pictures of some of the stuff he has. And I'm now holding the envelope that contains my own little piece of Haguro. It's not much. I mean, this guy, he'd never expected to give anything away, but as he was manhandling that big old porthole to take some pictures of it for me, a piece of glass fell off. And I have my own little souvenir. And I damn hope that I'm not gonna break it at some point. I'd hate to do that. Shaped almost like a shark's tooth, and it's just a fascinating little piece. It's seen so much. Like, it's been under the water for 70 years. It was likely part of the ship when it was built in the late 1920s. Like, this piece of glass is 80... I'm gonna guess... I'm gonna make a wild guess and say about 85 years old. Possibly. It's been with that ship a long time. Even long after that ship died. And I own a little piece of it. Thanks to this video. It's making me tear up. I never thought I'd get to own... Like, it's so small, but it has so much of a story to tell. It's just fantastic. And I'm gonna cherish it for as long as I live. Unless I break it or I lose it, in which case I'll lament it and never be able to I'll lament its loss and never be able to forgive myself for losing it or breaking it. On a slightly on another light-hearted note, there was fan fiction, almost fan fiction. If you're not aware, there's a Japanese game slash anime called Kantai Collection. It's the typical Japanese thing. You basically take something, in this case warships, and you turn it into a cute girl. Japan! And the same people who built this ship. Well, there's a thread on space battles. That's a Kantai Collection related. Things no longer are allowed involving ship girls. Basically, a set of rules that is basically meant for funnies. And this one guy, where is he now? Random person with computer. He watched my video and took inspiration and wrote this little tidbit. Where basically he took my title, The Last Gunfight, and I didn't know this at the time of making this video. There's actually a Western movie called The Last Gunfight, so I unknowingly gave it the title of a Western movie. And maybe that's where some of the views have come from people looking for clips of The Last Gunfight movie, and they've come and found this, who knows. And basically turns Haguro's ship girl, into a gunfighter, and she also buys a Harley Davidson. That kind of Harley Davidson. I can't for the life of me find what type of Harley Davidson that is, but it's a wonderful bike. I'll give him that. Who would have thought? Meek Haguro-chan. I don't see why she would be meek. She fought like a hero. So, yeah. I don't think I have much else to say, really. Just being all nostalgic and, feeling happy that I actually finally made it. Because I finished it on the day I uploaded it. I spent days just... I'd completed it up to about this point. Just a second or two after this. And it just ended. And I had no idea if I was going to be bothered enough to finish it. But the 14th came, and I put my back into it, and I did it. And it took hours. I worked overnight. I'm pretty sure of it. I worked through the night and created this, and credit you can see if you've seen up to the credits. I created it using Silent Hunter 3. Alright? At that time, a 10-year-old game that had 2 successor programs. And for some reason, I just couldn't get it to work in widescreen. This. I don't know why I can't get my Silent Hunter 3 videos back into widescreen. I managed to get that working back in like May 2014, and then I killed the computer by smashing the hard drive and lost that ability. So yeah, there's that. But Silent Hunter 3, I couldn't use Silent Hunter 4 because I didn't reinstall it after last time, and it just was too slow. So didn't care about Silent Hunter 4. Bandicam works perfectly as far as I'm concerned. And there's this Windows Movie Maker. I didn't use Sony Vegas. I didn't use Cyberlink Power Director. I didn't use some fancy payware movie editor. I used bog standard Movie Maker. And yeah, that has its flaws, but it works. And I created this, and it's great if you're on a budget. This goes to show just what you can do with cheap stuff and your own meager experience with making movies. And to think I wanted to provide a commentary. Oh, that would have made it unwatchable. I hope you've watched this now. Hope you understand what it means for me to have provided something that made me happy to make, that I hope has made you happy to watch. Thank you. I truly appreciate every single one of you. And it did hurt me at one point that I was getting so few views, but you know what? There's some of you who are dedicated viewers. Benson Metal Ford is the first one off the top of my head, and I know there are others. I'm sorry, I can't remember your names. I'm crap like that, but I appreciate that you come to me. And if I can provide a little bit of joy into your lives with my amateurish videos, then that makes me happy too. This is still Guns. Thank you for watching.